actually Zai
So
playing the
it's
Sand King.
Universe on Universe Sven, and then it's
Fear Mirana.
Prepare for battle.
What does this mean? The lane is.
it's like a 3.
Well, as we wait to see what EG's got up their sleeves, we should introduce the teams now. We have Zai on the support Sand King, the boots first picked up. Universe on the Sven, that puts Fear under the Mirana, as mentioned. PPD will be handling the Lich, that puts Arteezy up on an island for now as the Razor. On the side of CLOUD9, leading by 1 best of 3 in this series of potentially 3 best of 3s. We have Dai handling the Shadow Demon. Bone7 will be playing his Clockwork, which did a lot of work at TI4. Eternal Envy on the Tinker going mid. AOA 2000, the Enigma, and that leaves in the off lane actually Fama playing the Death Prophet, so CLOUD9 trying to kind of anticipate EG's lane to make some adjustments.
Some interesting dodging.
If the Tinker is bought, he's
30
just
seconds
die
to battle.
repeatedly. They need to put the Clockwork there. Out of their 3 cost, Death Prophet, the thing or to suffer early on. The other 2 needs.
Is this going to work against EG though? Because we already see Fear rotating up towards the top lane and Zai making his way there as well. And this is the duo that can, probably their best killing duo out of all their lanes early on.
Reason being, having the Mirana
The
as
battle
core.
begins.
Yanis, any thoughts on that?
I'm trying to figure that. Honestly, I mean, I guess it works out. But I'm not really too sure. I think it could have gone either way, but this is just the decision they wanted to do. I guess I don't know. It's strange, but I feel like it could work fine either way.
Yeah, it just puts a little more pressure here on EG to find kills like around that mid-game mark where Sven maybe gets his Blink Dagger, Sand King picks his up, and if they're just trading farm evenly against the Tinker, Death Prophet, Enigma, that is not a particularly favorable matchup for EG heading towards the late game. We're seeing PPD moving through this Radiant jungle for now, rotating towards the bottom lane, so they will run the Sven Lich dual lane that you guys mentioned, and there's also going to be the Sand King Mirana. So I will begin pulling for now, but actually, this is the aggro. Oh, gets 2 of the creeps in. Really no pressure on the Enigma. I think that's the big thing to point out here is AUI 2000. There were some wards dropped in his jungle, but nobody's actually threatening to gank him early on.
I think C9. I think both teams reacted very accordingly. I think the lanes are like pretty good for C9 though.
Yeah, I agree. I think the lanes are very good. Like in this way of laning, make sure that the Death Prophet have Clockwork and something fine for him at his boots. Absolutely fine. He just needs to make sure he gets his levels and first point. And maybe even try to stack the games to the left. If he can.
Yeah, the Ancients have not been warded off for now, and the Tinker can definitely from them. We've seen Death Prophet players at times will also take advantage of those stacks, though it's not nearly as effective as it is for Tinker.
I think you need at least second point in your ultimate. Like multiple stacks. Level of ultimate. Pretty difficult.
Gotcha. Well, Eternal Envy for now in the mid lane, having a tough time here up against Arteezy, who's already 7-3 to the 4-0 Tinker, but that is where the stacks can help turn things around. Zai looking for the 2-minute rune, will find a double damage. Dai walks towards him. We'll spot this one out. There are boots up on Zai, none on Pi, but can't really get in range. Meanwhile, if I'm CLOUD9, I am happy that AUI 2000 is being left unchecked. Already hits level 3 at 2 minutes. On track for that level 7 at 5 or so, and with the soul ring picked up, we'll be able to free farm here as long as they don't go for ganks. Which, to be honest, a support Lich in the lane, not much chance of them killing off Enigma for now.
Man, Envy's really starting to fall behind in this mid lane though. It's gonna start being more and more difficult for him to lane. Is
this just a Tinker disadvantage matchup, or is he just getting outplayed, would you say?
His block was quite bad early on, unfortunately. So Arteezy got a few free last hits and he didn't step up, but...
Did you see if the Enigma actually helped?
I didn't actually check if he helped block.
I saw him heading towards top earlier, but
I know he denied a creep mid, but he didn't block with it. And Envy just lost his damage. He's got a laser for that creep.
But I still think naturally Razor has advantage.
Yeah.
Fine jungle or...
Yeah, it's not so bad as long as he doesn't die by any means.
Yeah, one of the better recovery here, and they are making up for it elsewhere with the Enigma. It's level 4 now, still on good pace.
If you look at the other lanes as well, Yana, the core is only 7 CS. DP is doing better.
I think this top lane is gonna go pretty well for C9, honestly.
Yeah, like you guys mentioned the killing power from Raditz and Sandkane, and they definitely have it in most matchups, but with 2 ranged heroes and disruption, it's very difficult to actually find a kill.
And not to mention, if you try to go on the Shadow Demon, DP can just silence the Rana, so you go up with the arrow. And try to go on the DP.
Well, he skills this time.
Yeah.
Oh, Envy. This damage is painful, and he's giving it all away. Just to go for some additional right clicks, he actually allows the max damage to be stolen. And Arteezy will be freely last hitting these creeps. It's 20 and 11. Still no ancient stacks for him, and with the Enigma pick, they won't be stacking the jungle early. As Bone7 makes his move through the lane. Penning.
Well, let's see if we can get him. If we can get him with this haste turn, that'd be pretty big.
I think he actually might have a very good chance.
Uh-oh, Arteezy's coming out. He doesn't have boots. The haste turn's still up for a few more seconds. Plasma field. It's out of range to hit Bone7, but we'll back off in the end.
I think they know because they
yeah, and he was just, I mean, he was just playing safe till his bottle got there as well. That was just smart. Smart positioning, smart play.
Wow, Universe's first Ben game.
I don't like the way that mace sounds, the fear set mace. It sounds weird when it hits creeps.
Is that is this the fear set?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
the mythical
Fear
weapon. EG Pro Gear. Or free-to-play Pro Gear, I guess. Those things sold really well, by the way. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but
Of course they did.
I heard how well Fear sold, and I can only imagine how well Dendy sold, and yeah, they did pretty well, to say the least. Of course they deserve it, but
Enigma's gonna pop level 6 and help SN. Black hole. Tanking is trying to what Enigma's doing for the jungle right now. Yeah, this dagger is heavy.
but he does it a lot slower, and EGR looking, although AUI. It's a difficult kill for EG. I don't think they can get it even if they stun him. There's really nothing to prevent him from turning and black holing, and there's no chain frost to burst him down quickly.
It's not a good position for them to go for an engagement either. Even though there's only like Shadow Demon maybe with the TP, and yeah, SD has a TP, but that's not a good spot for them to go for unless it's a sure kill.
Oh, he's gonna stack the agent. Black hole. He can get his boots along the way though.
Doesn't deploy the smoke, but he can use it if he wants to go for
I
fear.
don't think he's gonna use it. He's gonna go up, get his boots, try to wait.
Oh, Pi might actually get back in a bad spot here.
It's a Burrow Strike, and the arrow can follow this one up, but doesn't find him and ends up retreating out. As AUI makes his move, they will have Death Prophet ult soon, but if he wants to skill it, not just yet for Fada. Pi is searching.
Oh, he was going for it.
Hey, that
he might get
is
caught.
the first blow. It would be worth it.
Nope.
Still looking.
Not a bad spot here. He might.
Fear is coming just a bit too
Oh,
close, and now
he's
Pi
dead, I
wraps
think.
around. They're going to go for the disruption. They can channel the black hole in advance, and they will do so. Following it up with a Crimson. Cloud9 strike first. Really well executed first blood, and they even force out the Arteezy TP.
Might die, yeah.
They have anything to turn this. Malefice on the side, looking for the Burrow Strike, but it's only on the bottom. Pi loses a bunch of damage, but the Death Prophet ult quickly shreds one, and Arteezy tanking this will fall as well. C9 get first blood, get 3,
And
and Envy will pause. And then disconnects.
Yeah, you
Wants to let
usually-
EG sit on that one for a little bit.
Usually you don't take ultimate that early, but he got a kill on the other hero and he got his level and Razor was jumping on.
It was a good thing he actually went treads as well. Tread swapping actually was what it was able to give him the mana to be able to do all that. It's quite nice.
Yeah, the side lane Death Prophet doesn't have any mana regen. There's the little things that add up, and yeah, wouldn't have, he was not going to have his level 6 without that first kill.
Talking about side lane Death Prophet, what do you go?
Do you just rush like drums, do you think, or no talisman?
Build in parts that
I mean, I guess the thing is Fada's getting that. He's getting the early farm. Like, he could complete a null talisman now, get a magic wand if he wants, or just go straight towards the Dual Scepter.
I think drum's fine this game because like they don't really have any other natural drum carrier, and it'll help them when they bunch up together with at least 4 heroes once they get their mech. So drum mech, they'll be able to take towers quite easily in my opinion.
drum is very helpful for them. Nice man, the Razor chasing.
Exactly.
Yeah, they each have a lot of chasing power. That's a really good point. So guys, we're about 7 minutes in now. Score 3-1. Obviously a big win for C9. What do you expect from EG over like the next 5 minutes or so? They are dire side. They do have one hero who's decent at taking Roche a bit later on in the Sven, but it's not like one of those. Winter, you mentioned this yesterday that you noticed with EG, they love to go for like on the dire side. Their game plan is take Roche and go for more late game, generally speaking, and on the Radiant, it's win the lanes and be more aggressive and try to take towers early on.
Yeah, actually going for more lane presence. The heroes that are very strong in the lane, having the Lich and the lane so far is not, apart from the Razor's lane where he's beating, the other lanes are not exactly doing. Universe is farming a lot, but the Mirana's lane is not.
Yeah.
So you would be very concerned if you're EG right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would, because C9 has the much greedier lineup and you're not doing anything towards get his build.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the times, I mean, not a lot really, because it doesn't happen too often, but whenever this type of situation happens to Arteezy, like he's doing well in his lane, and then he TPs and goes for a gank, and then dies right after, it's actually usually pretty crippling on him, because then now he doesn't have a TP up when he's back alive. He has to walk to another lane to go back and farm. It really sets him back.
I think I'm so glad that actually happened.
Yeah, it gives him so much space. He's going to be able to farm multiple DJ stacks here now. He has 2 satyrs, he's got an ancient stack.
3 stacks, is it?
2.
It's the last stack, I think.
He's got no jungle stack, but either way, I mean, yeah, that's so big for the Tinker there now. Yeah, he's gonna have so much space, and Arteezy will be a little bit behind.
He has his soul ring already. He goes for soul. Yeah, he's gonna go. That's the ancient stack.
Yeah.
800 gold.
It's so crappy too. Like they ported, like importing top actually caused Zai to die as well for just a Shadow Demon. So it's like a double negative.
Yeah, when he ported in, he.
Yeah.
And Zai's like right in that ballpark where you could see him getting a Blink Dagger in like the next 4 or 5 minutes if he's left unchecked, but...
I think he had 1,300 or 1,400 before he died, so...
Yeah, maybe even sooner than that. He didn't have any stacks. I think he cleared the one big camp earlier.
He already cleared the big camp. He has like golems and...
I was just about to
Oh,
say,
the golems.
Zai is pretty sad right now.
Man, there
Looks
was
like
one
enemies.
I was stacking the jungle and both sides were golems and was...
It's the best. What do you mean, dude? It's the best.
That's when you just abandon the game immediately.
It's when you just go Midas ASAP.
When you're bad rider, it's not the...
Alright, and we're starting back.
Yeah, and I mean that is one thing worth mentioning, guys. I haven't, as far as Tinker picks go, like we haven't seen many teams try to pick lineups that can gank him later on. I did see yesterday in Southeast Asia for Star Ladder, a team went Spectre, but...
Yesterday they went Zeus against the Tinker.
Dire's top tower is under
I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's been some Spectre picks, but like at least in this event, teams that give away Tinker like seem like they want to just win the laning stage. They don't want to pick Storm or Bad or Clock and try and punish the pick later on.
Yeah, like the thing is going... You're also having a vulnerable lane, like the Tinker.
And it was a last pick Tinker, so it might have caught EG not completely off guard, but with little opportunity to respond to it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
It's sad
under
not to see
attack.
Storm played anymore, but
Dire's top
it's too
tower is under
easy to
attack.
gank.
Fox level 6. You're gonna look for the Sand King stacking.
They know he's stacking, 100%.
Oh, this is bad for Zai if he gets caught out here. Dropping the Sentry Ward.
It's not an easy kill though.
He's actually going to walk forward towards them. He's painting. Highlight die walking around the other direction.
Radiant's
Will not
bottom
end up
tower
going for the
is under
disruption.
attack.
Now reinforcements are nearby for EG. No
Oh,
Chain
God.
Frost yet though.
Like this one, so much gold. Same
I think
build
so.
as Fear went yesterday.
I mean, what are your other options? Like, you could go straight, I guess, Mask of Madness we've seen, early BKB occasionally. Though it doesn't seem that like a great
Don't
BKB
think
game.
You want a Mask of Madness.
What are your other options? Like just drums, maybe? Some cheap stats?
I'm actually thinking just go the light grade so you can farm.
Yeah, it will help the Sven's economy a bit, but slow down Zai, so not only did CLOUD9 get the first blood in the 3-1 advantage, but the key hero to turn these fights around in the mid game will have to be the Sand King. They don't really have a great initiator unless Universe goes for the Blink, so Universe might have to go Blink.
Though, LD. Enigma has his mech, so they're a lot stronger than one that can build from the Razor, and I remember watching most of their games. They ran into. They don't really like a good Razor. Arteezy plays the Razor. They don't like to get back on.
Yeah, for sure. This is just, I mean, I'm just concerned for EG right now. They can't really defend any of their towers, and I feel like they're gonna lose a lot. I think they might lose even 2 towers bottom here, unless they do something to react.
Really bad for
Dyer's
them.
bottom tower is under
The
attack.
situation they are in now.
Dyer's
They're gonna lose towers,
are
and they're just gonna
fortified.
get that field so power. He's gonna do the ancient stacks like 700.
And Universe, like, this is not a situation that a Sven and Lich are well equipped to handle. So it was a Stormbolt to try and slow the push, but really not a very strong D-push ability. That long cooldown, that's nearly a tower down, and they're not gonna stop. They keep on pushing
Arteezy
it.
finds a haste rune, and his teleport skill is ready. They might try to do something.
They know the Death Prophet ult is down. Black Hole has just about cooldown. In fact, it is ready. And there's a mech, so I feel like he'd only go there if they dive the tower.
I think they are not gonna push after seeing the haste on the raid. They even have a ward spotting. Try to do anything funny at bottom.
Overall, it seems pretty comfortable for Cloud9. They have their mech up so they can have decent team fights. And just basically can apply pressure with the DP ult, and like you said, just key thing is create space so Tinker can just get his farm on in the Radiant jungle. There's no towers down for EG.
He's gonna have his bots after he... Gonna stack it one more.
Universe picked up his blink now too.
Yeah, this seems like an important timing for EG.
We have a smoke. Yeah, they can pick up. Time.
They're probably gonna go with Zai's blink too, because he's gonna get this stack here, he'll get his blink,
yeah,
and then they're gonna move with the haste rune.
Even with the pesky golems, I think he'll just about get the gold from the stack.
Yeah, Arteezy finished up his magic
tower
wand,
is
and he's
under
going for
attack.
a bracer now too, so he's doing a little tanky, so they want to catch a fight pretty soon. Try to do something.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
That's gonna be like 10 minutes at least from now. Unless he gets a really good chain frost off.
that they have a good game, you know.
Yeah, and if they get some
Dyer's
towers
middle
and get like a
tower
nice
is under
chain frost,
attack.
maybe it's sooner.
Get distant by Aoi that they are not stacking.
One Eidolon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't had to blow. There hasn't been really much effort as far as stacking ancients go from EG.
Inverse went top, didn't get anything done, and GG's back to bottom. Now they're gonna try and fight.
They have the epic center though available. They will go in on A like 2000. They want to commit to this, but the defense is from EG safe, and that forces EG into the fight. 2 hero throw in from Zai, bringing him low, but not finishing off. Then the chain frost bounces, and Universe lives through this. He drops down to 60 health. They can't end him. The Enigma just melted. Bone 7 hooking in though. Finds Zai in this fight, and well, doesn't have protection yet. There you go. They'll get the kill, but they may lose Bone 7 as well. That's going to be 3 heroes down for C9, and EG look for a 4th, pursuing Highlight Die. But the good news is Envy didn't die at least.
Hit without epicenter.
Yeah, he's only level 7, and he didn't he maxed the
He
Sandstorm
didn't skill
fully.
it.
Yeah.
He blinked stun, and then during his stun he leveled up his sandstorm and used it really quickly. Get the maximum damage from it, I guess.
It's gonna be fairly difficult, like, for him not to get caught this game, because there's rockets to scout for him, poison from the Shadow Demon to scout for him as well, and Zai will have to find really good positions to scout, and Smoke will help with that. There's a lot of ways, and not to mention there's March to break your Blink Dagger, so to me it's a tough game for Zai.
I mean, as bad as that was, though, at the same time, like, Envy's just getting all the
Dyer's
space in
top
the world
tower
during this,
is
so.
under attack.
Doing his Naga Siren type of creep. I
Oh, hey, 2000. Does have his mech ready, but he just drops almost instantly to the Universe. Ultimate turns with the black hole, and Envy will follow this one up. Spamming the march on them, and Universe, Zai, low, not dead yet though. They might be able to get the tank, so that would be the big one. Envy will fall, and Arteezy with the double damager and just shreds Cloud9 into one. Another 3 for 1 exchange. Maybe Phone 7 for the 4th kill. He is! He TP's in and feeds Arteezy a triple. And they'll get those Spada, perhaps. No, Fear didn't get him again. Was almost the team wipe.
Yeah, but Feta at least got his team a tower. Not the tower, so.
Radiant's middle
Something's still
tower
good
is
for
under
them.
attack.
That
Radiant
is,
structures
well,
are
right
fortified.
just when you think Cloud9 are like going to strategically go, they might even get the courier. Well, it's just a Lich,
It's
so
just a
that's not
Lich,
going to be an easy
yeah.
courier kill.
I think
That would just be a
Arteezy's-
gift.
I think Arteezy's net worth actually doubled in the past 3 minutes.
Pinker was ahead of Arteezy before that fight by like 400, I think.
It's pretty insane. He's got his drum finished up, he's gonna have his Ogre Axe now, and he's going for a BKB, so now he's actually pretty damn tanky.
That slowed down the Tinker's Dagger by a huge, like 1.5, and now it's back to 1. Could have been like very close to them.
Uh-oh. I lose that here. Oh, that's not a good place.
That was so greedy.
He ran up this hill and
it
was
was
thought he
Oh,
could
1-7
punch
just
from
caught
the
an
trees.
arrow top, and he's gonna go down in fear.
You're making plays. He almost found a kill earlier in the Death Prophet. Will indeed get one now, and
Dire's middle
EG suddenly
tower
just
is
hit the
under
kill
attack.
switch. They won 2 fights in a row. They now get
Radiant's
another
top
additional 2
tower
kills,
has
and they
fallen.
take their first
Look
tower
at
of the game.
Universe. He's maybe find the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, they're penetrating right through into their base now.
Radiant's top tower
C9 is
under
just getting
attack.
run over. This is brutal.
Momentum at its finest there.
Yeah, and it was like exactly like you guys said. As soon as they get the double blink, then just constantly go for kills. Do not let Envy sit back and farm, and don't let them chip your towers with the Death Prophet ult. C9 have not really seen the dire side of the map in
Radiant's
solid 4 or
top
5
tower
minutes at
is
this
under
point.
attack.
He's got Yules up now on the Death Prophet at the very least, as well as his Treads Embracer.
They do
need
still have the
Radiant's
Tinker.
middle tower
They need
is
the
under
Tinker
attack.
blink very badly now. Now so much. And the jungle is occupied by the Enigma, so it's not a lot of space for him sometimes. The Enigma needs to farm it.
That
Kill
second
Enigma.
death is just so unnecessary there for Envy too. It's
Yeah, he's so greedy. He just does that every time, hoping that he doesn't get caught. But too bad.
Yeah, like earlier when he didn't die from it, but earlier, you know, Winter, and you've talked about this in our previous casts, like, he'll just run up here and start
Yeah.
cutting the waves, even before he was Blake.
Does it every
he
time.
just magic pushed himself when he was trying to get all three camps and he blocked two of them.
Oh no. Yeah.
That was
It's just
sad.
after the 16-minute mark and there's no camps left.
That was like,
They do have an ancient
that
stack
was
for him,
like
but it's
300 gold
only a
gone
double.
around those lines.
Everything out depth. He'd probably have the blink now if he didn't die that second time and did that stack right there.
Yeah.
And
Gonna
it
do
might
the
be another
ancients.
death.
He's gonna try and defend bot and maybe get his blink, but gankers are going towards middle. Lucky for him.
And Zai, he has killed Epicenter now, and maybe the reasoning is that until you get Arcane Boost, it's really hard to have full mana for the
sometimes
combo.
people try to use the epicenter too much, man. Power Strike is just his best ability.
Yeah, and it just like the timing's working out better for Zai. Now he has the mana for the combo, and on top of that, like he got the early maximum benefit out of the max burrow strike, so it works out well for EG. They're gonna start to siege this bottom lane. They do have Sven ultimate, so that is their
Radiant's
main
bottom
pushing tool here
tower
at this
is
stage of
under
the game.
attack.
And you see Universe will go directly onto the tier 1 tower. And this is a big tower, guys, because whenever you talk about Tinker on the Radiant side, it's always about this triple
Radiant's
camp
bottom
rotation,
tower
but
has fallen.
with that tower down, it's much more dangerous for Envy to get into his own woods.
Yeah, they're gonna go maybe now since the map is open. Maybe not so quickly. They need to defend their lanes first, but I'd like to see a ward here now in jungle so that they can actually spot out the Tinker. Since they already penetrated the jungle of
Oh, Lord,
D9
Arteezy
are
get
actually
gone
trying to
on.
group up. This could be a good opportune fight for them. They do have a strong 5v5, it seems, with March, the Mac level 2 black hole,
Yeah.
if he can get it off.
in like pulse as well.
But easy if they don't blink. That's going to be the key for them. They're TPing and trying hard to defend the tower. Envy will keep on spamming marches to try and prevent that each initiation. There's a storm mode on Theta. They follow up with Epi. Defensive disruption. No, Zai channeled Epi, and then he just canceled it and ends up not being able to go in. So no Epi, though. I don't think Cloud9 saw that. They might not realize that it's not ready and play this one
Here's the
safer.
split pushing though in the
Dire's
meantime.
middle
Bottom.
tower has been denied.
Oh yeah,
Radiant's
there's the
bottom
Mirana of this
tower
game.
is under attack.
Pierce done some good work.
The disruption was actually, he was just worried the arrow might come after the Sven stun and he just the DP, but the Mirana was actually just pushing at bottom.
That was actually like, I thought I was gonna channel there and just go in, but I thought he was actually gonna get hit by a March. He was just
Yeah,
on the edge of it,
it
and
was
then
really close.
yeah, I
think
guess
he had the
he
same
probably
idea.
called.
He's like, oh crap, I can't do this, but was just outside of range, it looked like.
Yeah, and then I guess like Peter must have said like, don't fight this. There's no point in fighting this since Peter was only bottom and split pushing. Like they don't need to defend that tier 1. It's not that important at that point of the game.
Well, speaking of fighting, I want to, and they do spot outside here, but without the clockwork, they don't really have anyone that can go around and get kills. Like, but EG is not too worried about getting ganked at this stage of the game.
Finally, they're gonna get an opportunity opportunity to rush because Spear was pushing bot and they need to deal with it, and now C9 is up.
So it's the Blink Dagger and the Mask of Madness, and well, I guess the main question is, what's the next item? Is it a good fit?
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
BKB is like, I don't know, meh, it's a bit meh.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Apart from the Dinker's new.
Yeah, the
Radiant's middle
blind.
tower
That's
is
really
under
not
attack.
it. There's some Mask damage, but it's not like that.
Because they are like triple wall, it doesn't really know that you have to go for it.
The universe can't out of 10 just melts to the flame mill down. Arteezy first and chase down Spada. What the EG is doing here, Shadow is gonna help them as they duck. They hit Arteezy, they just back off and Rocket's coming in for Mr. The Aegis. Now he uses that get up in the air, won't be able to blink out of this arrow. Trying to turn the fight and protect the rest of EG. Well, they lose the Sven in the end and make their way out, but they also lose the Aegis and the tier 1 tower defended by C9. It's been a back and forth game here already.
I didn't realize I clicked on Arteezy there and he has an Ags already. Ags drum treads, quite farmed.
And he's level 14. He's gonna have his level 3 ult soon.
We're gonna need 4 stars though for the top work. Tanking has to. Still struggling to build the mech.
Yeah, we said 10 minutes. It looks like it might be more like 12,
It
but
was at 11.
it's a lich, you know. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I know.
The main thing for him is just canceling the black hole, as you mentioned.
If only sacrifice gives you gold.
Why does he have that second ring of regen?
The casual, maybe we'll use it for a pipe later.
Man,
I guess
he's
he
even
must
struggling for the
Mid lane, Sunshine jumping on Arteezy here is doing a lot of damage. It has an ultimate available, but C9 bringing reinforcements. Then Universe flips, it goes for the stun, that defensive Yule. Fada will dodge that. And EG have to back. Really quick reactions
That
by
was the
Fada.
fastest Yules I've ever seen in my entire
Holy
life.
crap. He was like already ready for the Sven to jump
Yeah.
in. Was
There
it
was
just,
some-
I mean, they might have visions
I
from
think
the
the
wall.
wall spotted. Yeah, but he couldn't react.
Yeah, I had. But like he even blinked like my other range and stunned. That was impressive.
Yeah, that was really sick. Universe will now back off to farm neutrals instead. Or can wait for the next item. And you mentioned AC, and it seems like it serves a lot of purposes this
AC
game.
or hard, I think his role in the game right now is just that he's the Razor and Mirana. Doesn't need to. I usually go for plan, but I think game there's always an option for him to get a hard or AC. Die quick.
Let the fun begin for Eternal Envy. He'll start cutting the waves here. Blink into the tree, immediately TP's out. Fear already used an arrow earlier, wanted to get him, but can't find him.
Yeah,
You
bottom
think
lane.
AUI will just go for BKB? Oh, okay. Nice gonna go down.
That's a death strategy. Sorry, you were saying, Fog?
What do you think AUI will go through? Do you think just the straight BKB or will you go for a blink earlier?
I think BKB Lincoln's maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was assuming. I was just wondering if maybe you've seen him. I haven't seen him really play it so much, so not lately at least.
If he gets to that point, then there's nothing to stop the black hole,
Yeah,
right? Because the
basically
Chain
there's
Frost
nothing.
will be blocked by Lincolns. If he BKBs first.
Some
Yeah.
cleave, that can stop it. Some God strength
Just
cleave
one-shot
killing him.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
maybe he's low when he blinks in and BKB back low and the Razor ultimate.
Yeah, something like that. It could be a couple things.
We'll see if that level of damage is available, but Eternal Envy is beginning to find his farm. Gets the Dagon on all sides, right there in the trees, directly next to him. This could, well, he needs to epi if he wants to go for that, but with March right next to him, he won't be able to blink in.
Need some anti-tinker wards on the map.
Yeah, get the cliff wards up, perhaps. What's like the best cliff ward to punish Tinker? Are there certain particular ones that you guys
This
like a
one?
lot, or?
I like this one because Envy is always like here or here. I don't know if you see.
I think it's like, I think it's this one, and then like that bottom one, and then this left one. I think is the best one, and then like
Yeah,
I think
this
this
one, this
top
one.
one. There's only like 4 or 5 really good ones, to be honest.
Okay. Those are the ones to take notes on. The death off of BKB, so on the other side for C9, BKB is pretty good this game. There's a lot of damage from EG. There's still some physical damage that will go through it, but blocking that initial Sand King stun, the Sven stun, or an Epicenter is a big deal this game. Not to mention Chain Frost.
Oh, size 90.
Epi onto Eternal Envy, but side blinks
Oh,
into the
he didn't
creep
see
wave. Immediately retreats.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's... You know, I don't know if EG will have a team fight, but this is where C9 might say, you know what, this is a good time for us to try and push our advantage.
Yeah, he has forced off anyway. That's it in 50 gold. So I don't think the epicenter wasted there was too much of a big deal for them since.
You got like 4 creeps. Go there.
Oh, shot in. Brings down their Arteezy boy. They'd love to have the epicenter now to protect the Razor. There's still a throw strike that'll block AUI 2000 from further pursuit, but they lose the Arteezy Razor.
I think they would love to have the force stop there more than the epicenter.
Well, Eternal Enemy's hunting PPD. This Lich is quite squishy. Sven
Big
blinks
stun.
in, stuns up too, burrows through, but there's a nice defensive disruption that prevents the kill. AUI 2000 can turn with his ultimate potentially, but with PPD there, he was worried about a Chain Frost canceling. Actually didn't have mana for it. And in the end, C9 lose 3, only getting the Razor and just overextend a bit.
I mean, the DP wasn't there. There was no way they had enough damage. Even if he wanted to back roll, there was no way they
Radiant's
were
middle
going to
tower is under attack.
That was so odd. They clumped up and dove for a Lich under a tier 2 when they know that they're doing damage. That's a really massive misplay in my opinion from C9.
And now they lose their Ancients. It's not a massive stack, but just further damage done to the C9 economy
Not
here.
a massive stack, but every small bit counts, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is like BKB finishing up right there. It's pretty huge.
Well,
Yeah,
Fears.
he has a 100.
Yeah, they're all really farmed actually. Fears got Mjolnir not too.
yeah, and that's, I mean, this, you know, whenever a team builds Mjolnir, I always look like, do they have someone who's really good to carry, like, to have the buff, and they've got the Sven. That is a, and the Razor, those are
Razor
fantastic
too,
kills
yeah.
to put it on.
The true lightning lord with that buff on him.
He just needs
Oh,
a Zeus at his side.
I did want to say something really interesting though. Like Arteezy actually one of the few players I've seen do this. He got hooked and he didn't panic at all. He starts killing the cog instantly and moving
Oh,
away.
yeah. That's always
Something-
killing the cogs. Yeah, the first time I saved him actually, and he
Yeah.
got hooked here.
Because people forget that it's now 2 hits.
Yeah,
It's
at
only
lower
hits.
levels. At level 1 is 1 and level 2. Yeah, level
Only-
1, level
only
2,
at
level
last
3.
level.
Only the last level is 3
Oh,
hits.
we're gonna run into the 4-man smoke.
Oh, but they find Zion too. We get zapped immediately. Diving, he pushes Arteezy back towards the Death. Really nice cog placement. Even better black hole. That's 3 huge kills and immediately a Sanky buyback. They want to re-engage here, but they found another potential target with this disruption. Fear forced to leap away. The rest of EG kind of scattered. 1 to the north, 1 to the east, 1 to the west. They really can't fight anymore, and C9 look for something. Roche is not up yet, so can't go for that.
I think they
That's
just
nice
farm.
smoke.
They just farm the whole map with their heroes. I don't think they can actually take much objectives now. They're just happy that they can farm the whole map.
Yeah, that was-
EE is just, he's 1 step ahead of Zai, blinks out, and Zai will try to blink. Oh, it actually gets him! Epicenter now available, Eternal Envy might be in trouble! This will be a huge kill for the Sand King, finishes him up
Dire's
with the
top
Sandstorm,
tower is under
and those last
attack.
Epicenter ticks. He ran in between March units and then blinked. It's like watching someone in the Matrix almost.
I was gonna say his buyback was not worth it, and then he gets that kill. So
Oh,
And he gets another kill.
yeah, he
Oh,
gets a
the-
double kill. No, maybe
they
not.
don't
Highlight
have
Eyes and
The
Viz.
sentry is out of range.
That was really, that was sick, man.
it was
I don't
like
know
the
if
most.
he meant to dodge machines, but hey,
It was like the most random buyback in the world, and then he ends up getting that kill up there. I guess it must not have been random. I don't know. I gotta props. Like Zai's really good player. So.
Here, looking for an arrow potentially for Pylai Die, but there's creeps in the way here. Won't find in the
Rosh is
top
up.
lane.
Rosh is up though.
This has been scouted out instantaneously by Bone 7, and D9 will have their Tinker soon. Black Hole is down for 100 seconds though.
The
That'll make
rocket,
this quite tough to contest.
he almost blocked the stack.
Yeah, there was actually a Reddit thread recently about, because Admiral Bulldog was, I think, asking for the exact timings for different blocks, and I think someone went through at least his Radiant clock and figured it out.
Oh,
Here,
top lane.
taking some chip damage, but he doesn't want to fully go in on him. Do EG just go for Roche now with the black hole down, do you think? Still got a minute and a half.
No, it's not that easy because there's clockwork rocket flare, and in that position, the Tinker will do a lot of damage to you.
That's like the worst place I think for EG to fight probably at this point.
So they need to like get some kills and map control back before they do it.
Yeah, probably. And EE's actually going for this Maxim Dagon first. No ghosts up there at all yet.
I remember someone wrote math on this. It's better to get Central Blade first before you upgrade your Dagon, because
Dire's
Central Blade
top
provides more
tower
damage.
is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people upgrade, I don't know why, but I mean, I'm not really too much of a Tinker player anymore, but I see people upgrade it once and then go for Death Blade, but I've seen everybody.
Yeah, the Scout, the Rosh.
There, Roach dropping low, Bone 7 looking for a hook shot in, hook jumps directly up to Cosmin with the blade belt, almost died, forward stepping his way back down, and Fado with 2 engagements. Courier's just running for the middle of this fight, at the center on the Fado will finish him off, Roach still alive through this, and Courier actually survived, and the rest of C9 have to retreat. They lost the clock, the Death Prophet just melts him. Without the Black Hole, there was just not enough damage to engage into this. More of a lockdown, then Black Holes as well, and they'll end up losing 3 heroes. Chain Frost just to secure the kill, thrown out by TT.
He was deeping there, I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
Probably knew he was gonna die anyway.
As I was saying, that's like the worst place for EG to fight. I mean, the only reason I was saying is that because of all the vision that C9 has up, so I was figuring they would actually be able to get the Sanking before he just blows up Fada, or Fada would get a BKB off, but he didn't even get BKB off, he just got completely bursted.
Yeah, I mean,
that's, they just lose a fight.
The thing was that about that fight was like, they weren't ready when Bone 7 actually went in, the Enigma was still here. He was still here. They went in, so his team wasn't actually there to bail him out. He hooked in, forced out, and died to the Sven.
Yeah, they were too slow to take addicted to getting there. They should have just given it up, or made a decision to go to.
Yeah, it did seem like a very awkward position, and at that point, like, once your key initiators die, Tinker just can't really do anything in the fight. There's got to be a Black Hole or Cogs with the Death Prophet there to follow up on that damage. Well, EG now, once again, just, it seems like outplaying C9 in the fights in quite a few cases with better positioning and just quicker reactions.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like Bone 7 now at this point has like his entire time of like being able to do anything is gone. I don't see him being able to do anything
he's
much in
not
this
very
game.
useful anymore. I think in the fights, he's gonna just have to try to trap the Sven inside the cogs and just force stuff out all the time. That's one of the best things he can do right now. Nothing more he can do.
Yeah,
but maybe maxing the Dagon, is it? Do you think it's the primary reason because that he did that? That's the reason why.
I mean, maybe he just doesn't see the Ghost Scepter really benefiting him in any way because of the lineup that he's versus. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's kind of weird seeing it because I feel like he's just.
It's a little easier to build up, but like at least getting the Ghost Scepter is pretty affordable. The tough part is farming the Eagle Song. So sometimes we see players just get like the casual Ghost Scepter, then max the Dagon, but...
I mean, it really could be because of the Soul Catcher. That's a pretty good point.
Catcher would buff the... Get their lineups. Biggest burst, I think they want to use.
And it is a max Soul Catcher here, which we don't always see.
They don't.
And AY actually does opt for the Blink Dagger, so Blink BKB up on him now.
A little bit more reliable initiation, and on the back of that pick up, C9 want to try to force a fight.
I think they saw Zai in the tree.
Zai has revealed him now. Universe is hiding in the pit. He's got picked up his Hyperstone. Permanently jumping forward onto Zai, and will rearm, but doesn't really want to commit that far. And they had experiences with this tier 2 the last time they went for it. Now against the Liquid Sphere of Fear.
Damage all.
It's gonna make it harder for the Tinker to burst him in these fights. EG in a good position here now in terms of economy. By about 7,500 gold. Experience gap is just gargantuan, and we can see that reflected in the hero levels. They've got 4 of the top 5. This is with C9 having 3 cores.
I feel like I haven't seen Death Prophet do anything since the top lane fight at the beginning of the game. I mean, it's taken out of the towers, but they haven't been able to even touch these tier 2s after their wipes.
Yeah, I mean, biggest chance just now where he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just weird because like C9 doesn't. They lack that hero in the front now because the Clockwork's just so weak and everyone else is just so squishy at this point.
And even if like he does catch the Sven just BKBs and kills him. Maybe 4 steps out, but
Like 1 HP.
oh, there's an arrow. Eternity almost blinks back into it. It ends up flipping Pylai die way behind tower. That could have been a game-ending arrow. He doesn't have buyback.
Radiant's top tower
It's like a
is under
Matrix arrow.
Yeah, first we saw Zai dodging through the march, and then Eternal Envy get so good at touching arrows that he blinks back
Radiant's
into
top
it.
tower
Do you guys remember that
fallen.
game where Sing Sing like jumped back into an arrow that he had successfully dodged?
Yeah, the TA, that video.
It was like right here.
Mistakes are made.
His tweets afterwards were really funny. He was really good at Chi now. Yeah, so guys, I guess the question is obviously C9 not in a great position right now, and it seems like they don't have much momentum. What's the game plan? Just farm your tinker. What do you do?
Yeah.
Like in the late game situation, lock down the backbone and the touch and the power. The Tinker and the DP will do a lot of damage to.
Bog, you agree with that? Just farm tinker and avoid fights, unless they're like super favorable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see them being able to come back so much in this game. It's because, I mean, Death Prophet. You don't want to be a Death Prophet who's this behind at this point. You die so quickly. He's 1500 HP. Like, even if he gets caught by like a little bit of spells in the side, he's gonna die.
Bad though. So with the BKB, you feel very weak.
Yeah.
Fight things.
Not to mention like hero matchup wise. We talked about it in the draft. We haven't really discussed it much recently, but there's Frost Armor now, as well as a Max Warcry, and soon the Universe Fen is going to have Valkyra, so even if you do get your ult off for a while, it doesn't hit that hard. The Sidewalker on a 19 armor, Arteezy's got 21 before the Warcry. You add 16 armor to all these heroes. The Tinker is really their only damage dealer right now, it feels.
Yeah, and then some Mjolnir and Lincoln's Razor.
Instead of Will Hook, he finds TP, the into the tree vacuums, and then the Kazi just explodes with a blade nail there, but Eternal Envy gets jumped by Universe. He gets ganked hard, and they give up the Tinker.
You really hope that he has to go center there.
Oh my goodness, Universe just shredded him. Ouch, that is not, that's like, oh, free lich kill, that's great. And then
I didn't even get to pan my camera in time, he died so quick.
Yeah, I mean, if he had a Ghost Scepter, there was a chance he
Radiant's bottom
he
tower
went in the
is
moment
under attack.
he just popped the Ghost Scepter.
I think he had time at the end. He turned and almost looked into his laser in. I caught the last second.
I feel having the Ghost Scepter would have probably.
well, Sven does have BKB though. So I guess he could BKB off the laser and just keep on right clicking.
Yeah, but yeah, that's...
Ghost Scepter, you're gonna live. Wait for your blink.
Oh, if he has Ghost Scepter, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Radiant's
But even
bottom
if he
tower
saves you
has
just
been
one
denied.
time, just because of it, I think it's worth it.
Did you see him dagging 5
That was bad. That was painful to watch. That is a max soul catcher. He maxed it first over the disruption.
He was gonna die when he has like a 6 method.
That is a really good combo, but it's just like you look at Pilot Die with a 4 staff and 900 health. It's hard for him to find a good opening to get in the soul catcher position. It seems he's mostly gonna have to be kind of reacting to EG, not aggressively jumping someone.
Very difficult when everyone is
D9 now find themselves somewhat pinned back considering their lineup. They haven't taken any tier 2s with a Death Prophet Enigma. An AUI 2000 had his customary fast start, but you know, Yanni's like they haven't really done much with the Death Prophet, and now it's gotten to the point where Fada just can't get in close. There's just too much. Even Fear's about to hit hard. He's got 4,400 gold.
I think they were having the momentum before that, like Yanni said. Fight where they got blink, double blink by the time.
Yeah, like bottom was bad, but it was forgivable because Tinker was farming, then mid was just completely unforgivable. It was just a diving for a lich. If you really think about it, there's no purpose.
He's almost like a position 6 hero in terms of his importance in the final.
If the lich had the gem at that time, maybe it would.
Probably not, even then.
Very kind of defensive build here from Fear, with the Lincoln Sphere and the Manta style, but it does mean he's going to be extremely difficult for C9 to track down in the fights.
Maybe the Lincolns was all the while hooked up. Like, for example, if
is under attack.
and Stern pops BKB, the Shadow Demon cannot push the Stern.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Look at this. Arteezy's picked up a Hex.
I've seen him do this quite often.
What's the reasoning? Just so you can kill the Tinker?
Well, now they've got another instant lockdown for like Death Prophet. If he just runs at the Death Prophet and hexes him, then the 2 blinking other guys can just follow up and stun him instead.
Dire's top tower
And they have so much more damage right now than C9 unless Tinker gets off multiple rearms.
Yeah, they come.
There we go.
There's just so many
Hooks in,
reasons.
Roach dropping low. He might be a bit too early once again. The rest of the team's reinforcing Infada. They get off his BKB and the Roach. Nearly dead. Nobody knows him for it. And he's just looking to David. Picked up by the Razor. Now flat one AUI, but can't split a PPD chain code. Turtle End is trapped on high ground. He tries to peek out. Looks like he'll make his way out safely. Universe still being played in here. Will end up dropping. And EG now have to turn this one and fight with round 2. Arteezy comes back. And with the BKB shield, all of Infada's damage. And tries to finish it. They still have Feral after this. And they pursue farther. Looking for additional kills. Zai a few seconds late.
And that side of Vice, I think, like, would have dropped the box and put someone on the cliff, and that would have been really bad.
Yeah.
That was better than expected for C9, but I'm not sure if it was good enough.
I mean,
you get rid of the Aegis immediately.
They killed Universe twice.
Yeah,
so
it was Aegis and the kill on the Sven, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And the Tinker did not die. He ended up TPing out like they had vision, but you can see how easily this Sven is controlled if they get the purge on him. They purged him, and then Death Prophet's just running around him with the
That's what
Shivas.
I'm thinking he puts the Lincolns and the Mjolnir buff on the Sven, and the Sven just BKBs and runs in, and only the Black Hole and the Hook Shot can actually stun him.
I think that was one of those moments for Sven where I would have probably just put my hands in the air off the keyboard because he's just Shadow Demon purged inside of March and Midnight Pulse.
Midnight Pulse, yeah, and that is an important tool here against the high armor of EG is not just Eternal Envy's magical burst, but the throw damage coming out of that as well.
Ridiculous ability.
Painful. And it's gonna scale well even if this goes really late.
Painful is not even the word, man. He goes through maybe for some reason.
One of 3 spells in the game that do, I believe. March, Sat, and Doom. I think those are the only.
And probably the Earthshaker ultimate, and then the Elder Titan ultimate.
Does the damage go through with the Elder Titan ult?
The Elder
Yes.
Titan ultimate has damage spell and I think composite. The spell one doesn't hit you. The other damage hits.
Gotcha.
Yes, that's right. And then Earthshaker to the Echo Slam damage
Yeah,
is...
the first wave of damage.
It's the first one, not the,
Yes.
the bounce, right?
You can Echo Ancients, remember?
Echo Roshan.
It's not too efficient, but you can do it.
Something that you'll normally reserve for when the game's either completely lost or completely won. Nowhere in between. Well, we now head towards a extreme EG advantage. 14,000 gold, 30,000 experience, full map control. Well, not full, but I'd say like the majority of map control. And considering they're up against the Tinker, if you have the lanes even, then you have to feel good at this stage in the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
And
that's
still,
only
Eternal
one.
Envy has no shotgun, no Ethereal Blade, even 42 minutes in.
Very rich, but they have to. I mean, I don't think they can rely on the shotgun to win the game anymore. The biggest weapon they have now is the Black Hole. They can just win a team fight with a very good Black Hole, then they can come back into the game.
I've been sitting here just thinking for things like Little BKB. Techie's Mines, Wild Axes from all Beastmaster. Alright,
Berserker's Call?
I'm done.
Nothing
Berserker's Call? Oh, C9 now.
Epicenter slope.
Alright, there's a million actually.
This could be a very boring path. Try to list them all out, guys.
Clockwork Hook. Top says he might get done on here.
Oh. Why not easy with this hook shot initiative? He gets pushed back in one time by both stepping good with that. But the backups arrive from Universe instantly connects for the double kill. Now working on Fada and making mincemeat of him with these chops. The ghost might turn them though. Trapped in the trees, Fada will drop down and just one more right click will do him in. He's hexed by Arteezy and now can't make his way out. He's trapped in the corner and caged and will end up falling. They lose all but the clockwork.
That was almost like the seaweed.
They lose a gem as well. I think I saw ping on the gem.
That demon was.
And that was a 6,000 net worth win. I mean, the gold is one thing, but to me, it's not even a 5x at this point.
They have
Well,
buyback,
they do.
but the problem is the Enigma. Like I said, the only way they can win a fight is just on Enigma BKB Black Hole, but he.
Universe Dota.
Radiant
He's walked up and
tower
two-shotted
is
the
under
Tinker.
attack.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, Eternal Envy's gotten caught a lot this game. I mean, considering there's not like a natural predator, I guess you would say, in the Storm and the Bat Rider, Clockwork, these types of heroes. He's really struggled to stay alive in fights.
I consider Blink Dagger a natural.
That's true. Well, in that case, everyone's a natural predator of Tinker, but it doesn't often work out that way. EG are just doing a great job of focusing him in the fights, and it seems like Universe in particular is... He's just doing a little bit more on the hero than what you normally expect from Sven. Sure, he hits hard, but it's not like he's... It's the storm bolts that have been impressive. Like
Hitting hard is one, but hitting the right target is another.
And you only get one shot with Sven. There's no like, oh, I missed. You know, I can try again.
It's super nice though the way that this actually ended up panning out for EG. Like Fear was having trouble in the beginning, and then Zai, once they get their blink daggers on Zai and Universe, Zai makes like a big play, and then the other two are able to come back and make big plays. So it's just like
they're ready to jump in here. Is available. Fado will get caught out with the Stormbolt. Then the follow from Zai, 4 steps away, but I don't know if that's enough to go center. Now he opens on the Death Prophet, comes back down, BKBs and Shivas. But no BKB now ready if EG want to continue pushing in. Well, they stay alive for the time being.
Radiant's bottom
But again, you see the threat that EG pose.
There was like 4 hits, 3 hits. They almost dead.
You know, 45 minutes in when you've seen Death Prophets slotted, basically. Like, your heart's up at this point.
Yeah,
oh, they found Eternal Envy again. The Hex is really giving him trouble. And Arteezy just slashes his old buddy down. No mercy.
I mean, well, my big thing for Death Prophet, at least, I don't know if everybody does consider this, but I really like her in the mid role just because of the fact that she is constantly getting those levels. I mean, sure, she got those levels from the kills top, but it's, I don't know, I feel like it's still just not enough. And
yeah, you were talking about that. There's also one more reason. I think you were talking about like the DP. You didn't feel she did so much, but one of the major reasons that's because she didn't have a bottle, she can't control rune. Like sometimes as a DP, you get a haste, so you get like a invis rune, you can do a lot with it, but because she was like on the top lane, she had the set.
Yeah, that's a really good point as well.
Yeah, C9 in general just didn't have a draft that uses the root particularly well. Now EG want to end this game 1, needing to win 2 BO3s today. They've got a lot of work still ahead of them, but they'll take the top rack. Well, at least bringing it low here with the Razor, while mid lane is just brought down by Fear. Universe jumping in directly to Bone 7, they double stun him. And then you want to run out Alpha's time to try and keep him alive, and Universe begins pursuit, gets BKB, and chases Bone 7, decides it's not even worth it, let's take objectives. Fear can collect the kills, but it's all about the racks here. They'll lose the melee racks as well, 2 lanes down in a matter of instance, and everybody from EG just calmly backs out. One more good push in, and that'll probably be 3 lanes of racks.
Yeah, fake back.
Light Shadow's ready, and it lost their gem in the last fight. They need detection to stop this. Fado's just on the verge of getting caught out by the Sand King.
Close.
They know what's going on.
Radiant's top barracks
They just
are
fund up
under
the item
attack.
progression. Like, Eternal Envy
Radiant's
just
top barracks
still doesn't have his Zero Blade at 47 minutes in, and it's not just him. The Death Prophet doesn't really have that much farm. These heroes just aren't tanky enough against EG's burst. If you look at Sven late game, he hits like a truck.
Yeah, and something that people don't really consider, even when Tinker gets X-Blade, if he ever uses that Razor, you don't even have the Ghost Scepter effect to remove it instantly.
Yeah,
because
so you're still
of
able
the
to get
passive.
well done.
Yeah, the passive.
Like, people forget that Razor's actually, I mean, it does a decent amount of damage, but it purges the Tinker a lot, so it's quite strong.
And it's not a hero that you can ignore at this stage of the game. You ignore the Razor, he's killing one of your teammates for sure with the BKB Hex.
You can't ignore the Razor when he has the Zephyrinho on your tower, man.
No, now he's double Zephyrinho, so
Oh, lovely.
how lovely.
Double Zapperino.
I gotta go clean my face and wash my eyes so I can...
Triple
not go.
Zephyrinho with the Munit, with the buff on him.
For anyone who's prone to epileptic seizures, please avert your eyes for the rest of this game. We don't want anyone dying just to watch EG win, but I guess that's the real way to bleed blue.
It wouldn't be so bad if the golden Razor helmet as well wasn't already giving me an epileptic seizure, so...
I do like the golden static link though, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But look at that helmet, it's so spastic.
Severing Crest. The Severing Crest will be used to try to decapitate D9 here. Well, that was attempted by Bone 7, but didn't find anyone. And now Arteezy will wrap towards the top lane. Fading out the hunts. They're just trying to spread this one out a bit, it looks like. Now they can jump 1-7. Trapped in by Bone. And Sven just moves over and chops those from wood. Gets a really kill. Duels with Eternal Envy here and force him back. Just no hurry here for EG. They've used one Razor ultimate. They've got the second one available. I imagine Arteezy's going back in soon. You can see CLOUD9, like the safe zone is really far back. Double ultimate now for Arteezy. black hole will be there, but instant cancel once again by CPD. And EG just run him over. That's going to be spotted down. It's GG for Sunrise. And for everyone on our panel who's predicting EG to take both best of threes, they're off to a good start.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think C9 was gonna do so well in the early game, just because I don't see who was gonna make all the space. Like I was confused.
The thing it was like they had a greedy draft and we were worried that EG didn't have a good start and C9 had a greedy draft and it went really well for them, but until point actually made.
Those two blinks just, I guess, kind of caught C9 off guard a little bit. I'm not sure.
Well, guys, with that being said, that wraps up game one. There are potentially 2 best of 3s coming your way, so it could be a long night if EG win this one. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Fog de Winter. We're going to take a quick break from the WEC Grand Finals, but when we return, we'll have a little bit of an analysis from our panel, and then we'll hop into game 2. So stay tuned. You're watching Beyond the Summit.